Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be ranking the Pokemon that have been confirmed in Pokemon Champions so far. Now obviously it's way too early to do any sort of format tier list, so as you see here we'll be ranking them from will be good to don't waste the box space. And of course guys, these are all predictions and just ideas of which Pokemon I think will at some point be good and be worth prioritizing while we get ready for the game to drop in a few days. We will be focusing on non-megas in this list. However, I will be going through the use the mega tier you see at the bottom there near the end of the video, just so you guys kind of have an idea of which mega Pokemon we should be prioritizing. But for right now, I think we start this off strong with Venusaur. And once again, guys, Venusaur is going to go into probably good. This one, once again, you can probably use the Mega. You cannot use the Mega. This one's a little bit of a weird one for me. You should be using the Mega. I would think it's probably one of the better items. However, if you want to prioritize, Mega Charizard Y and function in Sun, you can definitely get away without the Mega Stone on this Pokemon. However, this one's a weird one because it probably should go in both because it's not like a priority Mega. It's one of those Pokemon I feel like as the format develops, it's going to be like that secondary Mega on a team, and it's going to be the option. But you probably should be looking at bringing a Venusaur over to Pokemon Champions. It's going to be a good Pokemon. Charizard, once again, probably one of the best of the Megas. I know it looks weird that it's at the bottom of the tier list, but once again, Charizard going to be a very good Mega. We'll get to the Megas later. Same with Blastoise, guys. If you're going to use this guy, it's going to probably want to be a Mega. Beedrill as well. Now, guys, Pikachu, they were like, don't worry, we're not bringing non-fully evolved Pokemon over, guys. But you know what? You guys can have Pikachu, and I get it. It's the mascot, guys. But there's probably some weird niche that someone's going to use Pikachu. I know we have VGC players that are like, yeah, using Pikachu is like their whole, like, it's like their whole personality. So you can use it. I'm going to put it in, like, I would be surprised because I don't think it's going to be, like, an amazing Pokemon. But I do think there might be a niche for it. Same with Raichu. It's one of those ones, there might be a niche for it. Once again, this is one where you probably might want to use the Mega. Tough to say right now, just because we don't know what the Mega abilities are for this Pokemon. But Raichu should be decent depending on the Mega. So maybe, you know what, I'll leave it down here for use the Mega. But there is definitely a case to be made for for Raichu when it's not Mega formed, just because it's such a very good support Pokemon. Nuzzle, but Nuzzle, Fake Out, just stuff like that. Electroweb if it still gets access to it. So definitely a case to be made for no Mega, but I am very intrigued by both the Megas as well. Raichu, I'd be surprised if a Alolan Raichu got to do anything here. I don't really think it's super strong. I haven't seen any electric terrain setters. Maybe if we do get the likes of like Tapu Koko or another electric terrain setter to really function with Surge Surfer, it could be good, but overall probably not too much. Clefable, as of right now, is probably going to be good. It's one of the best redirectors so far. Right now we pretty much have Sinistcha and Clefable that are really driving the redirection game right now. So right now it's probably going to be good. If we do happen to get like Togekiss or something like that, or a little bit better redirectors, it probably falls a little bit. But Clefable I don't think is ever going to be a bad Pokemon. Unaware to get around setup Pokemon, and just a fairy typing right now. Out of what we have confirmed, there's not a lot of fairy types. So that is a very nice typing to have right now. So it's probably going to go up there. Ninetales, it's interesting. It's going to be niche. It's basically going to be one of those ones where you're setting Sun without having to worry about Mega-ing your Charizard effectively. So it's going to have a niche in that regard. Same with the Alolan Ninetales, where you're setting Snow and you don't want to have to worry about Mega evolving your Frostlass, right? These are scenarios where it's just going to be that niche kind of to win the weather war and aid in those matchups. I don't think they're going to be amazing. Alolan Ninetales could move up depending on what's allowed and what's not in each format, so that's one I probably would prioritize over the regular Ninetales, but both are probably going to be a little more niche given how prominent the weather wars are going to be in this format. Arcanine falls under the issue of, well, Incineroar is probably going to be in the metagame. Arcanine profits when Incineroar does not exist. So if Incineroar is ever banned, Arcanine will be good. But right now, as far as we're concerned, Incineroar probably going to be legal. So Arcanine, going to leave it down here into the I'd be surprised tier. The Hisuian Arcanine, however, that's going to be niche. It's got that nice little aspect of being able to actually pressure Incineroar off the field with Rock Slide. Still a lot of ground types currently confirmed though, so not super great. Wouldn't really prioritize it too much, but it'll be there. Alakazam, maybe if you use the Mega, you've got something going, but probably not too much. Same with Victory Bell. I don't even think we have an ability confirmed for this guy yet, so once again, it's staying down there in the Megas. Same with Slowbro. I'm going to say don't waste box space on Slowbro Galar, guys. It just doesn't seem good to me. So I'm just going to leave it down there and not spend too much time on it. Mega Gengar, going to be good. Mega Kangaskhan, going to be good. Mega Starmie is interesting. We will talk about that when we get to the Megas. I will do a timestamp for you guys if you're looking strictly for the Mega Evolution part. Gyarados, though, going to be one of the best support Pokemon in the game. You have a lot of options. You could use the Mega. I'm going to talk about it here. I would like to get a second Gyarados image because you probably should be using the Mega as well to some extent. But overall, if you have another team, Water type Intimidate seems very strong right now. Not a lot of electric types have been confirmed yet. Gyarados is going to be one of your better supporting Pokemon. You know, you get Thunder Wave, you get Taunt. Waterfall is very good as well. Just going to be an all-around pretty good Pokemon. Ditto, I'm going to say for right now, don't waste your box space on Ditto. It's one of those Pokemon that thrives in the restricted based formats, and we're probably not going to see that until later on down the road in Pokemon Champions, so we can probably leave it down here for now. Once again, I'm not saying Ditto is going to be bad, just as of right now, at least what we know, it's not like a priority, right? Don't waste your box space on it right now. Because if you don't pay for this, if you don't pay for anything within the game, you only get 30 slots, so there's no real need to prioritize Ditto, in my opinion. Same with the Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon, guys. Along with most of the evolutions, really you're going to see Umbreon and Sylveon be the two shining stars out of that group. So I wouldn't really prioritize these guys too much. Aerodactyl, if you use the Mega, you may have something going for you. Snorlax is interesting because you do get like a Trick Room a big Trick Room sweeper out of Snorlax. There arguably is better because, you know, Ursaluna is confirmed. So I'm going to put it in like I'd be surprised. But this is a very beneficial I'd be surprised because I think there is a chance it does perform well at a few events. Depending on the format, of course. Dragonite is going to be good. This one's weird. Similar to Gyarados, I would like there to be two of them on this list so I can, you know, put it in the use the Mega slot as well as in the will be good slot. Long story short, get a Dragonite, get a couple Dragonites. It's going to be good. You're going to get the loaded dice sets early on like we saw it back in Regulation H with the Scale Shot, and of course you're also going to get that Mega Evolution slot now as well with the Hurricane stuff. Dragonite's going to be good. If you want to prioritize getting a Dragonite, go ahead. Should not be a problem. That's a good use of your time. Meganium, once again, this is going to really depend on how good the Mega is and how good that Mega Soul ability is. There's a lot we can get into on that. We'll leave it for the end. Typhlosions, I'd be surprised if either of them really capitalize. You could almost see it. Actually, maybe it could be niche. It's tough to say right now. I'll leave it in I'd be surprised. It really depends on how strong Sun ends up being. Because weather is going to be super, super prominent. And that should mean that Tyranitar and Pelipper are also going to be super prominent. So that really hinders these guys. And I'd rather have a different fire or a Sun abuser like a Charizard and a Venusaur to really punish those guys. But they might be decent. I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't think I'm going to really rule them as like a priority to get in-game right now. For Alligator, we'll talk about the Mega later. Ampharos, definitely going to need a Mega. Probably not worth your time. Azumarill is interesting. I think it should be niche. It might be maybe good. These categories are tough because like you really don't know the format, but probably anything should be niche or above. If it's a Pokemon that you seem to like and it's a Pokemon you've used in the past or that you just really want to try, you can probably definitely go ahead and spend the time grabbing those guys. So Azumarill's going to be good. Politoed is interesting. Politoed is one where it should be niche. I think Pelipper is arguably the better rain setter. Just because with Archaludon, you want to pair it with something that has the ground immunity. So Pelipper is arguably a little better. But I think there are definitely some niche scenarios, especially on like Perish Song teams with Mega Gengar, where Politoed definitely sees a little bit better use out of rain than the Pelipper. Espeon probably going down here with the other Jolteons. Umbreon, I don't want to say I'd be surprised. It could be a little bit of a niche role, but there's so many dark types that it's probably going to be difficult to justify, but it's not like bad. Like if Umbreon's your favorite Pokemon, you can definitely make it work. So leaving there, it should be niche. Slowking coming down here. I'm going to go don't waste box space right now. It's just not worth it. Steelix Mega, probably not worth it either. Scizor is going to be interesting depending on the format. That's going to go to the Mega slot. Mega Scizor is just good. It's just a good mon, and especially on some rain teams where you can mitigate that fire weakness, going to be decent. Heracross, once again, we'll talk about the Mega later. It was never like a good Mega, but it was there. Skarmory, I'm intrigued based on the Mega, so it's going to go there as well. Houndoom, once again, really going to come down to the Mega. Not concerned about it. T-Tar is going to be good. Hands down, T-Tar is going to be your best sand setter in the format. It's going to be good, especially with all the weather wars that are coming around. T-Tar, big ball of stats, good Pokemon. It's got a Mega itself, but you don't necessarily need to use it. You can run Assault Vest, or even, I don't know. We'll just stick with Assault Vest for now. Tons of options for T-Tar is basically all I'm saying. Pelipper, like I said, probably going to be good. No doubt in my mind. It's actually probably will be good. Probably top of the probably good. I just don't like Pelipper, so I'm going to, knock it down a tier. But it's going to be good, guys. If you want to prioritize and you're a rain player, I would definitely worry. I wouldn't worry too much about getting Pelipper. Probably going to be a good payout. Gardevoir is interesting. I think its Mega probably is where the niche is going to be at, so I'm going to leave it in the Mega tier. But overall, probably a very good Pokemon. Sableye, we'll talk about the Mega. It's an interesting support option. I'm obviously very biased towards Sableye, but I don't know. We'll talk about it later. It's really going to depend on the format and what we end up supporting with this piece. But we'll leave it there for now. Same with Aggron. We got to talk about the Mega. I don't think it's amazing, but maybe there's a niche for it depending on the format. Torkoal, once again, it's got to go with the Ninetales, where, well, it's that secondary option to get Sun going. And with all the weather wars, you might see teams where they develop into, I've got Charizard for Sun if I Mega Evolve it, and I also have Torkoal for Sun, right? We might see double Sunsetters in games, and the way the weather formats play out, you never really know. So it's going to be a niche slot on that Torkoal, but Charizard Mega Y is obviously going to be the better Sunsetter there. Altaria, once again, the Mega is like something, probably not usable. Maybe, I don't know, tough to say off the bat. Could be an interesting fairy type because it does go Dragon Fairy, but Melodic, there actually is quite a bit of Intimidate in this format, so it definitely should have a niche spot there. Absol, we'll talk about the Megas later on. Metagross, definitely going to be good. It's going to be one of the better Mega evolutions. I would definitely be prioritizing it. Once again, we'll get into that with the Megas later on. Torterra, I wouldn't bother with it right now. Same with Infernape. Just there seems to be better things than these pieces. Same with the Empoleon. Mega Lopunny's probably going to be pretty decent. Spiritomb, don't waste your time, guys. Garchomp, I think in and out of Mega, Garchomp's going to be good. So I'm putting it up at the top here. Will be good. Once again, we can talk about Megas later. But long story short, if you end up getting a Garchomp in your game, it's probably worth your time. Same with Lucario, guys. It's probably going to be good. Actually, I'm going to go maybe good. We can talk about the Mega, but I don't think it hurts to get yourself set up by having a Lucario available for you, especially if you like Lucario. I think its fighting type is nice. The steel typing is always good as well. So I'm curious to see how the Mega Z actually ends up being. So there's interesting factors there. So definitely wouldn't be a bad idea to get a Lucario. Hippowdon, once again, I'm going to go with I'd be surprised. I know I've thrown all the other weather setters in there, but sand is one of those weathers where T-Tar tends to be enough. Hippowdon may have a niche. I'd be shocked, but it may have a niche. Abomasnow, I think it's got a Mega. So once again, we're going to leave it in the Mega slot area here. Probably, once again, that niche spot where it's just not better than the other Snow Mega. But hey, you never know. Weavile, maybe should have a niche. It's got a nice speed tier. It beats some of the dragon types into format, so why not? Rhyperior, I'd be surprised if Rhyperior ends up good. Leafeon's coming down here to join the Espeon group there. Same with the Glaceon. Just, I guess Glaceon benefits from like Snow Cloak and like all the snow going around, but I also feel like you lose out because like I don't see snow staying on the field very long in such a weather heavy meta. So probably I wouldn't worry about prioritizing too much. There could be a random niche for it, depending on how the meta develops. But right now, I wouldn't worry about it. Gliscor, guys, it's just not worth it. Mamoswine, in my opinion, also just not worth it. Gallade, the Mega is interesting. Regular Gallade is also interesting, but we'll leave it. We'll talk about it when the Mega time comes. Frostlass, going to be a good Mega, guys. Hands down, with Snow Warning. It's good. Simply put. Rotom, I'm just going to put Rotom. Actually, I'm going to put Rotom Heat. I'm going to skip the regular Rotom. Rotom Heat is probably going to be maybe good. It's got an interesting amount of resistances, and it does do very well. It's kind of been power crept over the years, but it has a very nice typing. Same with the Rotom Wash, so probably would not hurt to prioritize those two. Regular Rotom, I wouldn't worry about it. Rotom Frost, definitely not. Rotom Fan, probably not. Rotom Mow is interesting. Probably a niche slot for it somewhere, especially if this format doesn't expand to too many more Pokemon. Like, if we only get like 10 or 15 more Pokemon, Rotom Mow actually probably has a niche as like a good grass type. Serperior is probably not something I would prioritize. Emboar as well, not something I would prioritize. Even though it's got a Mega, I wouldn't worry about it. Samurott, I wouldn't worry about, nor the Hisuian one. Excadrill is going to be good, but leave it here with the... Actually, no, it doesn't need a Mega. Its Mega is probably a secondary Mega anyways. Excadrill is going to be good. It has a very nice typing into a lot of the Megas as well, so it's definitely very good. Sand alone is going to be good. Audino, I don't care about the Mega. It's bad. Caught is probably going to be good. It's a very good speed control piece. Crocodile, I wouldn't worry too much. It might be a niche target. I would not be surprised to see it just fall. There's a lot of better ground types and dark types. So probably wouldn't worry about it. Garbodor is just going to be bad. Sorry, Garbodor. Zoroark, probably not worth it either. Hisuian Zoroark maybe has a niche, just because that typing is so unique. And obviously disguising yourself as something is cool, but there's a lot of abilities that proc on like switching in this format, so that obviously showcases and reveals the disguise, so not ideal there, of course. Vanillix, guys, they did Vanillix dirty. They were just like, we're gonna have every snow setter here, don't worry about Vanillix, it's probably just outclassed by every other snow setter, and it kind of feels bad. Like, I feel bad for Vanillix. But anyways, we're going to go Emolga once again. Not really too big of a concern here. Chandelure is interesting. That's fully going to depend on what they do with its Mega. The Stunfisks, I would not worry about the Stunfisks. Golurk's going to depend on what they do with the Mega. Hydreigon is interesting. It's probably a niche. It could be maybe good. I'm going to leave it near the top of the should be niche category here. Volcarona, definitely going to be good. So we'll get Volcarona up there. I'm going to leave it at maybe good because, once again, sand is relevant. But it's good, guys. Long story short, if you want to get a Volcarona, not bad. Chestnut, once again, we'll talk about the Mega. It's all right. Delphox we'll talk about in the Mega area. Same with Greninja. Greninja, I wouldn't worry about it. Maybe I'm going to go I'd be surprised with it. Diggersby is bad. Talonflame, definitely one of the better speed controls. I'm going to leave it beside Whimsicott because putting one higher than the other just feels wrong right now. Both are probably going to be good. Vivillon is an interesting support option to consider getting. I don't think I hate it. Like, Vivillon Garchomp is cool. Floette, don't worry about it. I don't even think is it? I guess it's legal. I don't know. I wouldn't worry about it right now. Furfrou, I wouldn't worry about right now. The Meowsticks, I'm going to say don't worry about the male Meowstick, but definitely prioritize the female Meowstick, especially depending on if you get a Psychic Surge as the ability. If that becomes relevant. I know that's what people are kind of talking about. So if we get that, it's going to be very good. If we don't get that, it probably falls off. Aegislash, I'm going to leave it in I'd be surprised because I don't really think it's something we should be prioritizing. Same with Clawitzer, guys. It's just not there. Honestly, don't waste your box space on it. Same with the Tyrantrum. Same with the Aurorus. Sylveon, probably going to be good. I'm going to leave it in maybe. Tough to really say. It's one of the few fairy types, though, so probably has a niche there just based off typing. Hawlucha, we'll talk about the Mega. Probably not good. Goodra, I'm not worried about using Goodra. Klefki maybe has a niche just as like a supportive screen setter. Trevenant, probably going to be bad. I'm sorry, Trevenant believers. I'm one of them. I just don't think it's going to be good. Gourgeist, probably right beside the Trevenant. There's just a better grass ghost type. Decidueye as well, just Why is it all grass ghost types back to back to back? That's a crazy way to format this list. Hisui and Decidueye maybe has a niche, so I'd leave it in. I'd be surprised. Incin, guys. I think this guy's going to be bad. I think Incin's going to be bad. We shouldn't use it. No, use Incin, guys. It's going to be good. Spoiler alert. Primarina is probably going to be in like a maybe good, similar to Sylveon. It really just depends on what we end up getting for the rest of the format, but it's probably going to be good. Doesn't hurt to get. Same with Toucan. It's probably garbage. Crabominable is going to depend on the Mega. Lycanroc is an interesting option for Sand, so it could be niche. I'm not going to worry about the other Lycanrocs. They're going to go hand in hand. I'm just not going to rank them, guys, just for speed here. Toxapex, don't waste your box space on it right now. Mudsdale, I also wouldn't worry about. I think there's just better ground types, but you know what? Honestly, I'd be surprised, but there might be a niche. Araquanid is interesting. I'm going to go with should be niche. Serena's down here. Actually, Serena's got a niche. Serena definitely has a niche as that priority blocker. Mimikyu is an interesting Trick Room setter, so probably maybe good for that guy. Komo is going to be decent. I'm going to throw it up there. It's an interesting support option for the teams. You know, just Iron Defense, Body Press. If you can get around the Fairy type, Komo kind of just goes crazy. So definitely an interesting option for a lot of teams. Oranguru is an interesting Trick Room setter, but I'll leave it as I'd be surprised. I do think Corviknight actually has a lot of decent matchups. At least right now, it's got some cool typing. It's a very good typing, got a very good ability. I could see it being utilized a lot. Once again, could fall off depending on the format, but wouldn't hurt to get if you have one, if you have some extra time. Appleton, bad. Sandaconda, I forgot this was a Pokemon. I'm gonna be honest, I'm dead on forgot this was a Pokemon. Sinistcha, wouldn't waste my time with it. Hatterene, once again, the Psy Spam enjoyers, guys, are going to want me to put it in a niche spot. So, there you go. Mr. Rhyme, why is this guy here? Anyways, I don't know what it does. It's going to go with don't waste your box space. Grim is probably good. Should be niche, once again, as a screen setter. But I'm going to go with maybe good just because it's one of the better screen setters. Where are we? Alcremie, I wouldn't worry about too much. Dragapult's going to be very good. Probably good. Definitely going up there. Morpeko, don't waste your space on it. Cleaver, I wouldn't worry about. Runerigus, I would not worry about. Ursaluna, definitely going to be good. Nah, maybe not, like, I'm going to put will be good. It's going to be good, guys. It's one of the best Pokemon in the game. Basculegion also, Basculegion male specifically is going to be good. The female might have a niche with, like, out there, but I'm going to leave it in surprise because I would genuinely be surprised if it started doing better than the male one. Sneasler, guys, I hate to say it. Does this look like Reg H to you guys? Does it look like Reg H to you yet? Anyways, besides the point. Meowscarada, probably going to be good. Probably has a niche. Pretty decent fast Pokemon. Skeleturge, once again, I would say has a niche. Where are we? Palmot, I'm not worried about Palmot, but there might be a niche. Quaquaval, people are going to hate me for this, but I honestly don't think it's going to be good. But I'll leave it into surprise. I'll give you guys the benefit of the doubt with the Quaquaval. Mousehold's a fun support option. It's probably going to be good. It's got Follow Me. It can go on the offense if it wants. It's probably going to be good. Garganical now. It's interesting. I'm going to leave it as a niche just because, like, that stall playstyle, I'm not a big fan of it. But it is a very good wall. It's got very good defensive stats. So hitting rock types is not always the easiest thing to do either. So it definitely will have a niche. I wouldn't be surprised. Armarouge, Psy Spam players are going to want that if they end up getting something that sets terrain. Ceruledge is interesting. I might be coping. But I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt here. It's got a niche spot. Maybe it walls Charizard or something. It kind of does wall Charizard actually. Anyways, Scoville. We'll talk about the Mega later. Tinkaton. I think I'd be surprised by it, but it does have a very interesting typing. Palafin's gonna be good. Should be up there. I'm gonna leave it in maybe good because I don't think it's gonna be like prominent in the format, but. It's good. It's a good water type. Never has been bad, especially in a slower paced format. So you could end up seeing it as well. Orthworm. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to go with niche just because everybody's going to try to build that Orthworm team where you Earthquake spam beside it. So I'll leave it in there. Glamora. I'm going to leave a niche just because, once again, similar to the Orthworm, it's got that interesting play style with the Garganical and the stall, right? So it's like that one thing that, like, it's not really like top tier, but it's probably going to be decent. Dozo, I guess. Once again, I'm putting Dozogiri into should be niche. kind of pile. I know Tatsugiri has a Mega Evolution, guys, but we're not really talking about that. I don't think solo Mega Tatsugiri is going to be real. It might be, but if you put it with the Dozo, it probably wants a different item anyways. It's interesting. I'm not too worried about that Mega. Farigiraf, definitely going to be good. Once again, very good support piece. King Gambit, I believe in King Gambit, guys. I'm going to go with maybe good just because that 4x fighting weakness is a little bit of a problem, but it's going to be a good Pokemon. Definitely the top of this tier. Archaludon, pretty much going to be good, guys. Once again, when we get the slower paced formats and you get Rain, and Rain is going to be prominent, Archaludon is going to be good. Simply put, it's got a great typing, it's got a great move pool, and it really benefits from just Assault Vest in Rain. So going to be a good Pokemon there. And to wrap this one up, we've got Hydrapple. And I think Hydrapple is probably going to just be bad. Like, I'd be shocked. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt and leave it in, like, I'd be surprised category. Just maybe someone does something cool with Hydrapple. But overall, probably not great. Just really quickly, guys, here to wrap this up. For the Mega Evolutions, I would definitely prioritize this first row. Definitely, like, the first 7 or 8 before any of the other ones. Actually, Frostlass should be a little higher. Let's get Frostlass up here right now. Guys, once again, not too much thought in this Mega tier list right now, obviously. Very early on. But you know Mega Metagross is going to be good. Charizard is going to be very good. One of the prominent Sun ways to play with Sun in the format. Mega Kangaskhan is always going to be very good. Same with Mega Gengar. That Shadow Tag ability is so strong. Frostlass with the Snow Warning is going to be good. Gardevoir is an interesting one just because there's not too many fairy types, and honestly, I think Gardevoir is a very niche Mega Evolution that not a lot of players are talking about right now. I think it's probably going to be great. I don't think it's going to be good. I don't think it's going to be like the best Pokemon in the format, but it's definitely a usable Mega, especially, you know, for you Gardevoir believers out there. Probably good. Same with Scizor and Lopunny. Lopunny probably goes up a little bit. Delphox goes up a little bit. Meganium, once again, if that ability works the way everybody thinks it's going to work, probably has a nice niche there as well. And if Meowstic does get that Psychic Surge. After this, guys, once again, I didn't bother ranking any of this. None of this after this is ranked. I would focus on this top line, probably the first 7 or 8. But this is the top line for prioritizing the Megas. And overall, guys, anything from I'd be surprised up. Actually, probably anything should be niche up, I would take a look at getting, especially you guys know your playstyle, you guys know what you like to play. So like if you don't see something and should be niche, like let's just say like Araquanid, you really love Araquanid, you can probably make Araquanid work. It'll probably have a usable way to do it. So you can probably get an Araquanid, right? Obviously the guys up here, guys, these are your staples, right? These first 3 are definitely going to end up being the staples of the meta. I would look at securing some of these if you are looking for something to do while waiting for these next few days for Champions to be officially released. That's going to just about do it for this one, guys. Once again, I just wanted to say this is a very early tier list, and it's always going to depend on what the format ends up being, what new Pokemon come out and get confirmed for Champions. And obviously, guys, just early opinions, but we have the staples up at the top, right? This is basically, I wanted to come out here and do this just because I know there's a lot of players like, oh man, what am I doing? What do I want to prioritize to get into the Champions game? Because I know that, you know, there's all those day 1 tournaments, you know. I'm not saying you're going to play in a tournament day 1. You might just want to have fun, hit the ladder early, right? These are some of those Pokemon that I would prioritize because you know they're probably going to be good. I know there's been a ton of tier lists on this on YouTube. However, just wanted to get my thoughts out there. Maybe give you guys a different take that maybe other YouTubers didn't mention. Or, you know, maybe I just reiterated every single other point that every other YouTuber made, and this was a pointless video. Regardless, though, I do appreciate every single one of you watching. Thank you guys so much. If you do enjoy this content, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe. It really does help with the channel, and of course, I really do appreciate it. But with that, I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you all in a future video.